Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Qualified. I'm Antoine.
And I'm Derek.
And welcome to the show. Hello, Derek. How are you?
I'm fine. How you doing today, Antoine? Everything good with you?
Everything is okay.
Well, great.
And welcome to the show. We had a weekend. This weekend, we had some big losses. I'm still kind of on the Tracy Braxton. Tracy Braxton's Tony Braxton's sister, and I went on Facebook yesterday. I've found that I looked at it and Tracy had passed away. Were you familiar with Tracy Braxton?
Not very familiar with her, but I was listening to the news the other day and it was saying someone 50 years old had died, and I was like, who is that? And I missed it on the radio. So when I came home, I got online and I was like, oh my God, and that's how I found out who it was.
Yeah.
So that was so condolences to her and her family.
Yeah, my heart goes out to the Braxton family. Did you see the Jussie Smollett winter trial?
Yes. And I don't even know what to think about that. He's going to jail for 100 days.
Yeah, that's 5 months. So he went to jail. I'm a huge Jussie Smollett fan.
So,
people didn't know that.
That's not even 5 months.
Is it not?
No. It's 30 months, 30 days in a month, or 31. So
why does he keep saying 5 months? He said,
I don't know. They said 100 days. So we're looking for him to get what he needs. If it's true, if not true, I don't know. I'm on the middle of the road with that.
You're on the fence with
I'm on the fence with that because I just find it hard to believe that he could flabbergast a story of that magnitude.
I thought in the United States we were innocent until proven guilty, and I don't know, have we been proven guilty? Is there speculation?
Speculation.
Comment down in the comment, people. I don't know if he had been proven. You can just turn it down. If he had been proven guilty.
I have no idea.
But again, I'm a huge Jussie Smollett fan. People
Absolutely.
You go to my page on Facebook. There's a picture of Jussie and myself.
Okay. I never even paid it no mind, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. And I said, I stand with Jussie.
Okay.
But I just wish him the best in the days yet to come.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. It's just that it's unfortunate that these things do occur. Mm-hmm. And hopefully, like I said, he gets the help that he needs, or whatever happens, or an appeal happens, or something that he gets
and that he can get let out of the 100 days.
Yes.
Okay. Derek, let me back up. What did you do this weekend?
Oh, this weekend was kind of blah because the weather was bad this weekend. We had winds, we had snow, we had rain. It was just bad. And for the most part, I just worked this weekend. I was supposed to go to the Ugly Mug last night, and people were texting me
about where are you and why are you there?
Why aren't I there? And I was just like, I'm just too tired. I just didn't make it. Sometimes you have to say no.
Sometimes you have to do that to say no, because Derek goes out a lot.
I do not.
And I tell him that. I worry about Derek, and I want Derek to get his rest and all that.
I need to get some rest. I do need that. So.
Yeah. And
I'm not going to say that I do get rest. I need more rest.
Yeah. I went to lunch today with my dad and my brother.
That's good. That's good.
And they pointed out to me today about rest. Like they're getting like 8 hours of sleep.
Who gets 8 hours?
They are getting 8 hours of sleep. Apparently, I'm not getting enough sleep. So
wow.
I need to
8 hours.
8 hours of sleep, and so
okay.
I'm going to have to try to chisel.
But can you sleep 8 hours?
Yes.
Really?
I can sleep a day.
My God! I can't.
Really?
Personally. I cannot sleep over maybe 5 hours.
Are you serious?
I'm totally serious.
Oh no, I could sleep. I just don't have the time.
Okay,
Because
so
I'm always on to the next thing.
Okay.
Like today was a series of on to the next thing. This morning, I struck up this morning. I was still had Tracy on my mind. Still, in that family.
Oh, okay.
From that, I was in church this morning. I had to sing this morning from church.
So how was church today?
Church was fantastic. Church was shout out to Covenant Baptist UCC.
Okay.
That's my church. We sang this morning. The men's choir, we sang this morning.
And also a shout out to one of our panelists that said hello. How you doing?
Hi.
Thanks for tuning in.
From there, I was supposed to just pick up one item from Giant.
And?
I went to Giant and ended up just picking stuff up.
Oh, okay.
And then I had to come home and put that up. And then, before you know it, I looked up. It's time to meet Dad and Kendrick.
Oh, yeah?
You
went there earlier?
Yeah, we had to meet at 2 o'clock.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. So, we did that. It was so good. I was happy to see my family. Love being with my family.
That's good. I'm glad y'all had a chance to do that because I know Dad's busy traveling. And
Dad's retired.
That's why I said Dad's traveling. And your brother's busy on the force. So
yeah,
I get it.
He's a very busy person. Yeah.
So hopefully they're tuning in this evening.
Yeah. Other than that, work was huge.
Okay.
This weekend, I wanted to talk a little bit about this. What happened at my job the other day?
Okay.
Okay, so we do these things where we have to felicitate a men's day or program or something like that.
Okay.
So my boss had it was his turn to do that, and he had printed out all these flyers. So I happened to look at the fly with the pages that he was printing out, and it was on sexuality.
Okay.
So I looked at it, I was like,
so what caught your eye?
Because I'm like, I don't know if this bunch is ready for this.
Okay,
so I trusted that he had a way that he was going to do it.
Okay.
Needless to say, there's a lot of work that needs to be done, I believe, in the community where the work around people that use the DL thing. I'm not didn't know that it was still as people still. I'm not going to say struggling with their sexuality. I didn't think it would be as big today.
Okay. So, what was the meeting consisting of? You said
they were sexuality and just anything on sexuality in a room full of men.
What was the focus? Is this a gay group? Was it a female group? What is this thing?
It was men.
It was just men. It's just a men's group.
Men's group.
Okay.
But the highlight topic of that day was sexuality.
Okay.
And I just felt like not this group didn't think it was ready. I didn't think they were ready for that.
Okay.
And which later I proved that I was right.
So what did you go back and say something to?
We talked about it.
Okay.
We talked about it.
So what did you think he did wrong?
He didn't do anything wrong. It's just that it just was not for this group. And which led me to believe that there's still a lot of work that needs to be done in sexuality. And I think the reason why it's like that because there's not any positive, I guess, male
influencer,
gay people that someone can
mentors.
Look to and say like, okay, this is positive. All these men got to go through with it is that the guys that are hiding is that what their families say about being gay is wrong and this and that. They have that, and then you have people of their community still putting that on, something on low scale, so they don't come out.
So how many people showed up for this event?
The regular amount of people showed up. They didn't know it was going to be about sexuality.
What was the regular amount of people?
Like 15.
Okay. So, and how often are these meetings?
We have the meeting like twice a month. But they're not always on sexuality.
Okay.
This one was.
Right.
This particular one was.
Okay.
I just think that just needs a lot of work needs to be done.
Okay. That's fair.
On sexuality. And because if you go back and look, like the person that burned down, shot up Pulse nightclub, I think he was struggling with his sexuality.
Oh, yeah.
Things of that. That's where you get those
right.
people that toxic masculinity,
toxic energy,
and all of that, dude, because they just can't deal with the fact that
they
could be gay. So now they want to blow up the bank,
and they want to make sure that they're miserable, and they want everybody around them to be miserable too.
But I want to. There has to be a way. I don't know. Maybe in the future there'll be a way that some of us can get together and we can come up with a way to bridge these people over.
Well,
that want to be bridged over.
Hopefully, in the near future, they'll bring back some of the mental facilities. Because they closed a lot of those pre-COVID, and there's still a lot of mental health that needs to be addressed.
Well, that issue would not be as much of a problem if it was a way that people could get it off their chests, a way that they could talk about it.
Okay,
because that's the main thing.
They need someone to talk about it. You're right.
They don't have anybody to talk it out with. They ain't gonna talk it out to their boy.
No.
Because they don't want their boy to know.
Right, and they're not going to talk it out to family members, period, because they're struggling with their own identity and sexuality.
Yes, but if this
so
doesn't
it would
stop,
definitely be a stranger.
Yeah, if this doesn't stop, then I don't.
So that's an issue.
Yeah.
So maybe that's something that you can get with your boss about.
Well, I don't want to jump on sexuality with that group.
No, I'm just saying maybe you.
No time soon. Anytime soon. They're not ready yet, and I heard them loud and clear that they're not ready.
Okay.
So maybe somewhere down the line, but I'm saying other people like.
Yeah, but there's other people who are backing him or your organization that could follow up with him to maybe address it a different way, and maybe have a bigger turnout. Maybe.
I still think it's too not for that.
Because I think it was kind of thrown into work and it was no backup.
They just weren't ready.
Okay. Okay. You keep saying they're not ready. Okay, they're not ready.
They just weren't ready. Not that. You know how you know your audience,
right? You're supposed to know your audience.
Yeah,
That's
it wasn't for that. Loverboy's funeral was this week.
Yeah, I was reading online earlier. It was the 10.
Yeah.
Do you know anybody who attended?
From what I've heard, it was a lot of people. I'm sorry, I was not. I was in attendance, but Earl was a really good person.
He was a nice guy.
Wonderful.
Very nice guy.
Yeah, back in my dancing days, we shared dressing rooms, and he was so much so that we've seen each other all the time. That he were like brothers.
All right.
So him getting ready for a show wasn't anything to us because we still saw each other.
Right, that was on the brass rail, right?
The brass rail, the mill, all of that.
Right.
Yeah. Lady Loverboy will truly be missed.
Absolutely, because I was like, wow. When I heard that, I was like, I instantly thought about the brass rail. I'm like, wow, that's a long time ago.
Yeah. What you got over there?
Well, this weekend, we're having some record gas prices since 2008. Yeah. Where did we cap out? This is too much. California gas is like $7 a gallon.
Yeah, because it's like $5 here. It's $5.
Right. We're close to $5. Some is over $5. So
isn't it? This is maybe the most.
This is the most since 2008.
Do you know how much it was 2008?
2008, it was.
It wasn't 5.
No, it's just right at 4. So we've surpassed that.
Damn.
We've surpassed it. So.
Wow.
And they were saying these 18 wheelers or whatever is like $1,000 a day.
Oh yeah.
It's like $200 per tank or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like amazing
Right.
prices. Also in the news this week, Charles Innerman died. You know, you eat your Innerman snacks at night.
and I love Intamin. We were talking about it earlier.
Right, and Antoine was
I
like,
said, who?
who? And what's on his countertop?
A box of Intimins.
Well, he was 92 years old. He inherited the business from his grandfather, who was also Charles Innerman.
Well,
So
thank
he
you,
will be sorely missed.
Thank you, Intimins.
Also, with April coming up, we have the anniversary of Prince. Prince died April the 21st of 2016.
Oh, wow.
So his anniversary of his death is coming up as well.
We
So
were
they
just
did-
talking about that too at lunch today.
Oh, really?
My dad.
Okay. I'm so mad that I never got to go to a concert.
Really?
I never got to go to a concert of
I
Prince.
wasn't a Prince fan.
Oh, I'm a Prince fan. Definitely a Prince fan.
Well, he had a lot of them. What's your favorite Prince song?
Oh, I don't know. It's just so many.
Really?
I like the Purple Rain album.
Okay.
I like Purple Rain.
I did like one song I liked was Bet You by Golly Wow,
Okay.
the remake of that.
Okay.
That was beautiful.
He wrote his first song when he was 7.
Really?
He wrote his first song when he was 7. He went platinum when he was 18.
You are definitely a Prince fan.
But you know, I was reading an article that is saying the songs that he was behind and nobody knew.
Songs he was behind?
Yeah, because he wrote songs for different artists,
Mhm.
but he never put his name on the label. It
Really?
was- some of them he just had pin numbers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because it was so.
Did he get
many
paid
songs-
for it?
He got paid.
He got paid through
He
the
got
pin
paid
numbers.
through the pins and alias names.
I wonder why he did
I
that.
don't know. But it was, you know, it's well-known songs.
Hmm.
Because it was one, How Come You Don't Call Me by Alicia Keys.
He wrote that?
He wrote that. That was her debut album in 2001. Manic Monday by the Bangles. He wrote
I
that.
don't know.
And that was the original song he was, it was supposed to be for Apollonia 6, the girl group. So it's a lot of, even the one for, there's one I'm thinking about. Yo Mister, Patti
Yo,
LaBelle.
Mr. Where's your... Now that song is deep. Y'all remember that song, Yo, Mr. Where's Your Daughter?
That was
How's your daughter tonight?
That was in 1989.
Yes. How's it?
So-
What was that song say? Do you ever listen to words to that
He wrote.
song?
Oh God, it's been
It
years.
says Clara got high or something on the street, and she was talking. Patty tells the whole story in that song.
Right.
Yeah, 'cause she said Clara told her to remind her that she was only 17. Yeah.
That's deep.
No, it was their child's parent selling Clara.
Yeah.
That song is deep, y'all. If y'all have not heard that song,
Yeah.
please go to that song and find out Yo Mister. What is it?
Oh, my
How's
God.
your daughter tonight?
Yeah, I think it's oh my God, it's been so many years that I haven't heard that song in
That song
years.
is so sad. Yeah. I
Um,
forgot about that song. I should have said that.
I Feel For You by Shaka Khan.
He wrote that.
He wrote
That
that.
sounds like he would.
Jungle Love, Morris Day and the Time.
I don't remember.
Yes, you do.
I remember them, but
Oh,
I don't
okay.
remember their
You don't remember
body
the
of
song.
work.
With This Tear by Celine Dion.
I don't
That was in
know.
1992. Get It Up by TLC.
Yeah, that feels like him.
Now as you sit back and you think about it, this is what he did. This is what he did. So, he even did You're My Love by Kenny Rogers.
He wrote that.
He wrote that.
That feels like him.
Yeah. But there's a few other songs, but you know,
That's the name of
just to name a few. Just to name a few. So, Antoine, what else is going on?
I spoke with my therapist,
Okay.
and I'm really making strides with
Okay. That's good.
the thing. However, remember when we talked about me being in a relationship.
Right. Right.
I'm not in a relationship.
Okay.
And
We got another pound that says, "Hey y'all, how you doing?"
I'm not in a relationship, and here's the deal. I had known that I do this from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
So he asked me, we were talking about the guy, and he was like, he said he's shocked because he hadn't heard me say anything about him before.
Okay, so when just last time you went to the therapist, you brought it up, but you never brought it up before.
According to him, no.
Okay.
And the way that he brought it back to my attention was as if I was like kind of like making it up, like kind of like.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of.
That's
like,
kind of.
But I didn't know that I was doing it. But
Okay.
that goes into how I was. I'm the type of person, I try to make things, control my own destiny, I guess.
But you can't do that.
I try to do that, and I think with that it got out of hand
Okay.
to where
But do you feel that
things weren't happening and I was filling in the blanks,
Oh, that's interesting.
and it became sad. So yeah, look at that. It's not good.
So, did you have your closure conversation?
I did.
So, do you feel better
I
about
feel
that?
a lot better.
So, did you share that with your therapist?
I did. I said
And-
no, because he doesn't know this part yet. Because
Okay.
I won't see him until this week.
Okay.
But so here's the thing: I'm not in a relationship, and
Okay.
we are not doing anything.
Okay.
Okay.
So, you're back on the market.
So yeah.
Antoine's back on the market.
Well, I hate that on the market
Oh.
thing.
Oh,
It's-
Antoine's able to date now.
Well, I was able to date then, but it's like I don't know what I do things without really knowing that, you know.
Okay.
Because I want to have control of the narrative all the
But you
time.
can't always have control.
I know.
Because it's two individuals trying to learn
Yeah.
each other. And how are you going to opinionate for
I
that
know,
person
but
that
I've
you
been
don't know
doing it.
that you're trying to get to know?
I've been doing it for the longest time. I always try to have control of the narrative.
But you have to.
And
Trust
I have to
the expert.
trust it and let it go.
Right.
And that's what I'm doing. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
isn't that something when I can take a step back and look at myself?
That's a good thing.
So I'm hopeful. for
It's
the
all
future.
positive. It's
Yeah.
all positive, trust me.
I'm very hopeful for the future.
Well, that's good. That's good.
So today we are going to talk a little bit about forgiveness. Please feel free to comment. We'll see some comments. We'll answer them. Derek will answer. I myself will answer comments on forgiveness. I basically wanted to talk about forgiveness because for me, I've had in my life something that was very, I think, hard for some people to do. I did it because number one, it was necessary for me and my growth, and it was something that I had to do. I've never looked back.
Okay.
Some people feel that, and when I say people that have been around me, feel that it was the wrong thing to do. They think that it was very selfish of me. And
hold on, let me stop you. You're being kind of vague with this. What are you referring to? Because,
okay, you want me to go and say what it is?
Well, I'm just you're giving me a run, but you're not giving me
without
substance.
saying what happened. Okay, so what happened was I chose a couple of years ago.
Okay.
A couple of years ago, I chose not to continue a relationship with my mother because it was toxic for me.
Okay. Okay.
Right. So, a lot of people in the African American community shun away from that because, oh my God, that's your mother.
And that's disrespectful.
And that's just it. And I disagree because for me, I come first. And my peace comes first.
Okay.
Didn't love the woman.
Right.
Didn't say I did not care or anything like that, but I care about me a little bit more.
Okay.
So my peace and my freedom had to come first. Would I do it again? Yes, over and over again.
Okay.
I choose me first.
Absolutely. We have a comment from the audience says forgiveness is a very strong thing and very hard to do sometimes. Absolutely. I agree with that.
So people, I've always gotten, well, what are you going to do? They give me all these different scenarios. I chose to not talk about it with everyone because a lot of people are not going to understand.
Right.
Because most people have mothers and whoever parents that love them.
Right.
They never stopped thinking every situation that may or may not happen. I was listening to Craig the writer Stewart, his podcast.
Okay.
And he uses terms just the way that I use them. I'm like,
Okay.
God. Like he said, someone said something. They was like, yeah, mother this and that. He said, mother that loves them. Those are big differences, people. When
Absolutely.
you say a mother, people automatically think, oh, your mother loving. No. That's not all necessary. That's not everybody's story. Yes, you're fortunate enough to have a mother that loves you. Yes, that's when
Right.
you can relate with somebody on that issue. Some people did not have a mother that loves them, so it's a void there. So I don't.
Mm-hmm.
There's no connection there. And some people they go through life a lifetime with all that toxic behavior and they have that hindrance on me. I chose at a certain age that was enough for me. Here's where I get off.
Okay.
And
But there's nothing wrong with it because you have to think about what makes you feel comfortable.
right.
And you have to deal with this situation. It's not you and everybody else's opinion that matters. It's your opinion and
Right.
what you have to go through.
But I just felt that if I needed to maybe if I could explain it a little bit more clearly, then they would. Not that I care about it, because I'm going to take care of me first. So,
And
but
that's okay.
I just want to open the doorway for other people that are feeling the same
Right.
way, and maybe share a little bit of what I did, and maybe you could be free too.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, what is your relationship like with your? Have you? Oh no, let me take a step back. Have you forgiven or not forgiven? And
So, well, the thing with me, I forgive people, but I don't forget. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe that's a
what's the
struggle.
difference? I mean,
Well, you forgive people, but then you give them the
but what
benefit
does
of the
not
doubt.
forgetting means? Is that
That just
is that a
means
threat
that-
or something?
No, it's not a threat.
I don't know.
It's
what
not
that
a
is.
threat. It's just at certain times, if you forgive a person, okay, that's fine, but you just don't forget what they did to you and how they did it to you.
So they can be in the same room. Say like you're in the same room with them, and they say, "Hey, Derek, come on, let's go up the street like we did last week and go. We're gonna go and just
We
have
can
some
hang
fun."
out. We can hang out.
You would hang out with this
I can
person.
hang out, but I wouldn't trust them. I wouldn't trust the emotion behind them asking me. I may go just do it just because they don't think I would do it. So I would do
Really?
it. Yeah, and I would just do it.
Okay, would you have them in your home?
It depends. That depends on the severity of what the issue is.
Okay, can I give you a scenario?
Yeah, absolutely.
Say like you lost your wallet,
Mm-hmm.
and this person returned your wallet,
Right.
but the $25 that you had in it is not there.
I can forgive that. I wouldn't even think anything about that. Tell you.
You really?
Mm-hmm.
And
$25.
you could let the person in your home.
Right.
You could go to the bathroom with them in the
Oh.
I'm just asking.
That's a devil's advocate. I'm like, oh,
Because,
wow.
I mean, come on.
But who's to
he
say
may
that-
or may not have
but-
took the $25.
Exactly, may or may not have. But if you know the person's background and the story, you may be like,
But you don't because, so, Okay, so you wouldn't automatically question about the $25.
I would ask it. I would ask about.
What would you say?
How would you? I would be like, so the money that was in here, did you see it? Did you know anything about it?
What do you say? I don't. What money? I just saw your wallet, sir.
Oh, okay. So I'm just gonna say, well, I thank you for giving me my wallet back, but
see, now you're being accusatory.
No, I'm not accusing at all. I'm just thinking
it's not that. Where's the but? He said that all he said. Now, come on. He's just all he said.
But if I don't have a reason to believe that they did something to me, I wouldn't even
ask for the 25. Because I would.
I know you would.
Yeah,
I'd be like, did you see any money or?
Yeah, the $25 would have been on him. He would no longer be invited to the. He wouldn't come in. I wouldn't. And all this by not mentioning.
Okay.
Then, because I can't do that.
But you never know.
I don't know, but that's where I get everybody.
Okay. But you just cut him right off.
Yeah.
Just
That way you were in the vicinity. I don't know who it was. Now I know I got everybody. So nobody come in. Yeah, nobody come in.
Well,
that way I know I got whoever it was.
Okay.
No one's coming in.
Okay. So give us some comments about the forgiveness. If you some more forgiveness, because it's like some things you can't believe and some things are just too far fetched to even believe. But I just like, huh? But I was going online and there was some things about forgiveness. If you can believe this.
Okay.
Someone says, I believe forgiveness is best form of love in any relationship. It takes a strong person to say they're sorry and an even stronger person to forgive. Do you believe that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I've forgiven my mother.
Okay.
That I met her where she was and all of that.
Right. But
I just chose to not have a relationship. I can choose not to have a relationship with somebody.
Absolutely. Because, I'm in the same boat with you, but as an opposite family member. So I'm just going to say that. And mine is my dad.
Oh, that's right.
We don't have a relationship.
Oh, Derek is worse.
We don't have a relationship.
It's so much so I forgot.
But I forgive him for what he's done, but I don't forget and I don't entertain him.
What did he do? I didn't know what he did.
It's just, it's a
lot.
It's a lot. Because he'll be like, when I was with him, he'd be like, can I do something for you? Can I, like, I'll just say, can I have $20? And I'm like, okay, sure. Why not? And then
ask you for 12.
Yeah. He would just ask me, just random stuff.
Okay.
And he was like, I'll just give it back to you on Friday. But I need to ask him what year, because it's just stupid stuff like that. But I just choose not to have a relationship.
How old were you at the time? You were old enough to have $20 though.
Oh yeah, I was working. I was over 16. I didn't go to work till I was 16. So.
Okay. Well, I can see how that could be devastating.
Right, but like I said, someone come and forgive but never forget. That's my point. Absolutely.
Yeah. See,
but I'm not even worried. I'm just putting that out there like that.
I'm
but
trying to think that forgive, and you say never. Because that's not enough for me.
It's other things too, but I'm just saying.
It's not enough for me. I need to
$20 $20. I don't even care about money like that. So I'm just saying, if it was something more crucial than that, and it's just like, I can't. It goes in line with your mother.
Yeah.
She just did some disrespectful things to you that you just can't forgive.
Yeah.
But you forgive her, but you can't forget it.
Yeah, because I got the story about people. You need to meet people where they are and all of that, and I get that.
I get it too.
And I do meet people where they are, and just because I meet you where you are does not give you
the right
access,
to use you, and
doesn't give you access to the Wilson Foundation. Doesn't give you access to it.
Okay.
It just doesn't give you foundation. And now I know where you are, and that doesn't mean that I still will respect, entertain, and all of that. You just can't come. You won't get any invites to the Wilson Foundation.
I hear you.
Yeah,
We have
that's
another
all.
comment from the audience. It says, "It's like you fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, not gonna happen the second time. Get it?
Yeah, don't they say what they say about the third time? First time something, second time is something else. Third time,
Oh.
then you're the fool or something like that.
I feel like it was more like an ass.
Yeah.
First
time, shame on you.
Yeah.
First time, shame on me. And
Yeah.
third time, is something else. Comment down.
I can't
below
remember what the third
what
one is.
it was. I forgot.
So another thing they say, that we can never forgive. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong.
Yeah. When Malikan, I said his name.
Antoine has a problem. Sometimes he
I wasn't supposed to say his name.
we sometimes we say names that we're not supposed to. That's how with the comments. I try not to. I just keep on neutral.
When he and I were talking
When
about
you and your friend.
when
Okay.
we were talking about what we were doing, you know what he told me?
What's that?
He told me that I need to get over it.
Get over what?
What happened?
So if you forget it, get over it, and as to what?
And I didn't hold that against him.
So
At this instant, I met him where he was. I
okay.
simply said, sometimes, people that don't know what it's like to walk in, someone really shouldn't comment
Okay,
on issues that they know nothing about.
that's true too.
The old me would have
fight.
lit into his ass and hung up. That's the growth.
Okay, and that's good.
I would have, but I didn't do that. I said, Antoine, and I was boiling. Someone said, you just need to get over that.
But were they referring to your mother?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You just need.
But with me, I don't even talk about it unless someone brings it up.
Yeah, I'm like,
That's just me
wow.
because I'm just.
I
I'm
would
done
have
with
just
that.
I would have lit him up. I said, Antoine, you are 49 and that is not acceptable.
Okay,
You're gonna have to use your words.
and that's okay.
And that's what I did. I used my words and I met him where he was. And we are no longer talking.
But
that had nothing to do.
exactly. I was
That
gonna say
had
that has
nothing
nothing
to
to
do.
do with why y'all not talking.
No, that had nothing
Okay,
to do
good.
with that.
Because
But,
I didn't think you
but
would
yeah,
be that
people
shallow.
be careful of telling people what they need to get over, especially
I would agree.
when you haven't walked a mile in their shoes.
I agree.
Be careful about what you're telling them. Oh, you just need to. Some things
Be
are
careful about the advice
Yeah.
that you give. Make sure it's from the heart and it's pure, and don't
and you
be-
know what you're talking about.
Right.
Don't come to me and you don't know what you're talking about.
Especially now because
Yeah.
you have a backup plan
Yeah.
with going to therapy, which is that's
Yeah.
a beautiful thing.
Don't
Don't ever not go into therapy.
Yeah.
That's for anybody out there. If you need help, you need help,
Yeah.
and we all could use some help every once in a while. So don't be a stranger to asking for help if you need help.
Yeah. But I'm not here to bash mothers or bash
No.
parents. There are some really good parents out there. There's some really good mothers. There's some really good fathers. There are some really good just neighborhood people that just keep an eye.
Oh, of course, absolutely,
Just to keep an eye out on the baby while the parents are away.
absolutely. There's good in everything, but you just gotta pick and choose
Yeah.
those situations. This says, forgiveness says you are given another chance to make a new beginning.
Say it again.
It says, forgiveness says you are given another chance to make a new beginning.
It can be.
It can be.
It depends
if.
on the situation.
Right.
Like, I've forgiven my mother.
Right.
New beginning? No.
Right.
Because I know what I'm getting.
Okay.
And that will be a repeat. You know, you say
Yeah.
if you don't get something,
And the
where
thing
it
is,
says, I don't know what verse that is in the Bible.
and I get that because I'm thinking right with you with
Yeah,
that because
you
I'm
are
like,
subject to repeat.
yeah, because now you're gonna come at me in a different way,
Yeah,
but the
it's just
same
gonna
old
be
shit.
It's gonna be the same shit, but from the right hand side.
Right. I agree with that.
Yeah,
I get that.
I'm not. So that's what. Oh, you gotta forgive. You gotta forgive, and forgiveness is for you. But yeah, I forgive
Right.
it.
Yeah, we have a comment. And find someone to talk to. Sometimes talking to someone helps, or write your feelings down. Some people write journals.
Yeah.
I'm not a journal writer.
I'm not a journal writer.
But I love that idea
It
because
is a beautiful idea.
I love that about writing it down. But the thing of it is, when I have these kind of thoughts or forgiveness things, I probably laying in bed or something instead of thinking when I'm up.
What do you mean you have these things?
You might be thinking about something before you go to sleep about
that you want to forgive somebody?
Yeah. If somebody done something to you on that given day or something, had a bad day, something, then you think about the thoughts things that run through your mind for that day.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe we should take the time to write things down. That's a valid point.
Yeah, well, I know I
So-
don't like writing things down.
But let me ask you this: do you put things in your phone that you need to discuss?
I don't.
Okay, so
I'm a hands-on. I'm most talented people that are talented. Their brain, it can't stay still.
I understand that, but the thing of it is, with it not staying still, you may forget what you're supposed to be talking to.
Now that right.
Right.
If it's something like that, I have to jot it down, like passwords. So I have to jot the
Welcome to
password.
50. Come on aboard.
I have to jot it down.
Yeah, you
Even
do.
as much as I say I'm going to remember, No, I have to jot it down.
Mm-hmm.
Codes or whatever at work,
Right.
I have to jot it down. As far as anything else, I try to stay. Cause I just don't like I hate writing stuff down.
Okay.
I do.
That's
It
okay.
equates with school. Like again, people that know me knew me. All I wanted to do was sing and dance. I didn't want. I didn't want to do homework.
But-
I know, but
The thing of it is, what I was telling students when I was teaching is to incorporate something, the dance and whatever, with things that you don't like, and that way you will remember it.
Yeah,
Like you make a
I've
song
seen-
out of something,
I've seen that.
and
I wonder
it
if
does
that would
help.
work.
It's a reminder.
Do you think that would have worked for me?
It may have, but those a lot of different things.
A lot of teachers are not like that.
I know,
They don't have time to do that. Either you do the work or you don't.
right?
Like
I've seen it both ways,
Yeah.
definitely.
Mr. Hearn, my science teacher, told me that.
And I've seen so many teachers get into that rut. Come in, hit this,
Yes.
and it's done.
Yeah, he told
And-
me. Yeah, he saw. I did a tribute. I did a tribute to Sammy Davis Jr. in high school, and he was a science teacher. He saw it. He was blown away. Didn't know I performed anything. But he picked on me. Soon as I came to his class today, he said, "I seen you on that stage."
Was he just being
Yes.
facetious or what?
He said, "You ain't gonna dance your way out of this class." He
Oh.
said, "You're gonna do some work in here." I was like, why is he picking on me?
I love it.
He's like, "You ain't gonna dance your way out of here."
That's the one that says, write it down and sing it. Yes. LOL.
But there's some good teachers that do that.
Yes.
They'll rap.
Exactly.
All of that.
Because
But
I've had a few students come at me with a rap. And
really?
yeah, they
Are
rap.
they
That's-
homework?
They're rapping. And it's okay. As long as you learn it. It's
Well,
a
that's
reminder
good.
for yourself. Also, it says, forgiveness is the fragrance that the violet sheds on the heels that has crushed it.
Oh, can you say that again?
Forgiveness is the fragrance that the violet sheds on the heel that has crushed it. You know how you make fragrances out of. That's
Mhm.
interesting. That's very interesting.
And I assure you, I have forgiven. Not that I have to assure anyone.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
have truly forgiven. I have forgiven. I'm telling you, it is the. I feel on the better side of
feel
Sears
free.
over here.
You feel free.
I do, and I want everybody else to feel free.
And it says to forgive is to set a prisoner free and discover that the prisoner was you.
Yes,
That's exactly what we're talking about.
yes,
The
I was the
prisoner was
prisoner.
you.
For years, I was. For years, up until
Yep.
my early 40s, until time she
You were the
moved in.
prisoner. You were the prisoner. And you walk around eggshells of your own apartment.
Her own apartment. Here's the deal. Okay, now you got it out. Here's the deal, people. This is what happened. This is a true story. I was 40 years old. My mother had to come, and I'm going to speed through this to get you up to par.
You have to speak through that.
She had to come stay with me. She moved in. Mind you, she and I haven't lived together in 20 years. Last time we were together, I was maybe 19. I was 19 years old. So she remembers 19-year-old Antoine.
You never grow up in your parents' eyes. Sometimes.
She remembered 19-year-old. And 19-year-old Antoine was unlike the one that is sitting here today. I was very quiet, very passive. I did everything that you asked me to do. I didn't question anything. I just was just so happy to be here to help you. You know.
Right.
And a lot of people took advantage of me and just got what they wanted from me. Hence my mother. She just did little things and all of that to the point to where she was asking for things like she was asking. One time she asked me for $128, and I remember the number.
Okay.
She asked me for $128, and she turned right back around and asked me again next week for the same thing that we supposed to have took care of a week before. So a little voice said,
That's a lot.
yeah, the voice said, Antoine. I was like, Antoine, she working you. I was like, nah, she can't. That's, it's my mother. And then after I, put two and two together and seeing how things were, I was fast forward to what I thought was reality, and other things started coming out in the wash to where I had to now stand up for myself.
Right. Of course.
And that's what I did. And hence, we do have a relationship today.
Wow.
So,
It's a lot.
and I feel great. I feel like a ton of bricks have been
Right.
lifted.
Right.
I just feel great.
So that's a good thing. Let's see. The we can never forgive. Forgiveness is an attribute of the strong.
Is that of attributes of the strong?
Mhm.
Okay, forgiveness.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
This is
Because
true.
people who do wrong don't always have that ability to say, I was wrong.
Oh, I say that in a minute.
Oh yeah.
Can you say that?
Absolutely. Because I know I'm not
It's a
always
lot
right.
of people can't do that. They can't say,
Oh yeah, I don't know everything.
yeah, they were like,
Someone else says, allow yourself to heal. Definitely.
Mhm.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
once you forgive yourself, you heal, then you move on.
Oh yeah, there was a healing process for me too.
It's definitely a healing
Yeah,
process.
it was a mess in the beginning. I was a mess because now I have a new reality. Of
Yeah,
what
I
what-
definitely get it. Definitely.
Yeah, but yeah, forgiving. I'm the first one to say that I apologize if I did, but it's still there's so many people that cannot apologize.
No.
And usually
Because they're just in their own mind. They're
yeah, they
invincible.
couldn't
They couldn't possibly be wrong.
Yeah, and when I found out that you're that way, I have nothing. We can't
Right.
talk because
Definitely.
because I know I didn't do it. So
Right.
I'm like, are you going to come claim? That's when I know you're not ready yet.
Not ready at all. No, because
We can't
it's got to
talk.
be a growth.
Yeah, I'm not into wasting my time.
There's got to be a growth, definitely.
Not into it.
A good evening to you. We have someone that just said good evening. Oh, I did
Look
that.
at the look. I was to say that is too cute. What else was I going to say about the forgiveness part?
You want me to start?
Yeah, go ahead.
All major religions, traditions carry basically the same message. That is love, compassion, and forgiveness. The important thing is they should be a part of our daily lives.
Forgiveness.
Yes.
Yeah. And,
Absolutely. Because
and
I can admit that I'm wrong.
you can.
Yeah.
Okay,
But you know, that comes with getting to know yourself, because that wasn't always the case.
Right.
Because I'm like, no, I couldn't be possibly be wrong.
And there's a difference between saying that, okay, that I'm wrong, than for you just throwing yourself under the bus. Those are two
Absolutely.
different things.
Yes.
Because when you're talking bad about your own self,
That's
like,
it.
oh, that was me, big dummy.
No.
You can't do.
No.
I used to do that.
No.
Yes, back in the day.
No.
Yes, you cannot do that.
No, you
cannot
can't do that.
to yourself.
No.
No, yeah, that was a big mistake
Yeah.
I made. You can't
Yeah.
beat your up to bring somebody else up that you don't even
Right.
know. Why would you do that?
Right. You can say something was wrong. You just didn't have the same feel. The
It probably
same
was.
feedback.
Probably was my dumb behind.
No.
You know,
No,
don't
you
do
can't
that.
do that.
You can't do that.
No,
When you
definitely
do that,
cannot.
you're
You put your own self
yeah, and people know. Oh, I can just use him for what I want.
Right.
To use to, no.
Yeah, because they'll be like, oh, I can use him.
Yeah, because he's an idiot.
Yeah, because I'm influencing him to manipulate his words.
His own self.
Yeah.
For me. That-
No, you definitely cannot do that.
Please, now?
No.
Please. You just catch me now. I'll just stand there. I'll be like,
No, we definitely cannot be that person.
I don't raise my voice
No,
anymore.
nope.
I don't
I don't
raise
even
my
argue
voice.
with people
I
because
say
it's
what
not worth
is.
it.
I say what it is, and
Either
That's
you,
it.
Either you do agree with it, disagree with
Right.
it.
Either
You know,
you-
your
I say
opinion is
what
your
it is,
opinion,
because I don't, I don't have time.
right?
You know.
Because your opinion is your opinion, and that's fine. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. That don't mean that we always have to agree with necessarily anyone's opinion.
Yeah, especially
No.
when we're not on the same level. And first, my elevator don't go that low. That's number one.
Right,
So I'm not going back and forth with you.
right. And another person said, and please don't feel sorry for the person. You can't feel sorry for
Yeah.
them. No,
No, I don't feel.
because you know the person believes what they believe, and you know if they want to continue with that, that's on you.
Yeah, my best interest is number one.
absolutely.
Yeah, my best interest. And those of y'all that's out there that's struggling with that, please, y'all have to get that together. Please just stand in the mirror every day and just look and say, you are special. You are just stand there until you
Just-
start loving yourself.
Yes, you have to.
Because
love
it starts
yourself.
with you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it starts with you.
So, listen, this is a quote from Maya Angelou. You can't forgive without loving, and I don't mean sentimentally. I don't mean much. I mean having enough courage to stand up and say, I forgive, I'm finished with it.
Say that again. That wasn't that mine?
That was from Maya Angelou.
But it was what I've gone through.
You can't forgive without loving, and you don't mean sentimentally. I don't mean much. I mean having enough courage to stand up and say, I forgive, I'm finished with it. That's exactly
Right.
what we were talking about.
I forgive and I'm finished with it.
Yep.
And no
And-
hard feelings.
No
There
hard
are-
feelings.
Trust me,
and
there's
you
no
just
hard
move
feelings.
on.
And
Positive thinking.
But a lot of people think there's something wrong, especially in the African American community. They think that you're stuck with each other.
No. that's a
that don't live in my house. I'm not stuck with you.
No. We're definitely
If I
not stuck.
find out that you are not right and we are not on the same accord, I out. Out, because I come first. Period.
You should always put yourself first.
Well, some people think that they don't feel that way.
And you're entitled to your own opinions, and you're entitled to your own self-worth. So it's It just has to go hand in hand. If you can find someone who can live with that and live with having their own personality, you should be fine. But it's you can't always agree you can always agree to disagree.
Well,
You definitely have to.
you have to, yes. That would be different if that was your mate.
Right.
And I think if your mate, I think you guys have to be equally yoked. I could be wrong.
Right.
And people, you can comment.
One of our listeners has said, "I'm not going to beg for your forgiveness. I will apologize one time and move on." And
That's a
sometimes
good
it's
one.
not even necessary to even apologize.
Really?
Not always. Not always.
If someone says that, well, you offended me.
But you can apologize for the situation.
Could you say,
But-
oh, okay, and just walk away?
No, I'm not that cold hearted.
Right,
but I have been
Yeah.
cutthroat like that.
Just say,
before,
I'm
but-
sorry, Derek, you offended me today when you wore that blue shirt.
Well, I'm sorry that you didn't like the blue shirt, but you have nothing to do with my wardrobe. Thanks.
Well, first of all, the gall of the person to
Right.
even say that.
Right. But I'm not one for keeping apologizing for something that I believe in. You can't apologize for something that you believe in. You can give your opinion of what you believe in, but you don't have to apologize for having that opinion. I don't feel that way.
Well, yeah, and that's kind of what I did today.
Okay.
Well, I'm not apologizing. I'm just opening a door that I don't necessarily have to open, but I did it because I care about everybody and I want people to be free.
Absolutely.
And that's why I opened the door, but not necessarily
Right.
I would have opened the door, but I want people to know that yes, you can make it without, just because you share DNA with folk, don't mean that you have to keep up with their stuff.
No, you definitely do not.
Especially when their stuff is toxic.
Toxic. That's the number one word. Toxic.
Just because we share DNA that said I have to stand next to you.
Exactly. I agree. I'm
No.
totally in agreement with that.
No, we're gonna have to first we're gonna have to respect each other, number one.
Right. And the thing is, the disrespect is already there when you have these toxic relationships.
Exactly. Because it's not so okay, here's the thing. If someone loves you, it should not be hard for them if you go to them and say, listen, I didn't like when you did A, B, and C.
Right.
Can you please not do that anymore? And usually how it should go is the other person will say, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I did not know
Right.
that you felt that way. I will never do that again. And it should just go, see how easy that was?
It
It went
is.
in line. But this is how it goes.
Someone
If
says that.
somebody say, listen, I was upset about when you said A, B, and C. Can you please not do that anymore?
Right.
What? This is the world don't revolve around you, and how I feel is like how. Okay, that person does not should
Right.
Why waste it? See, and then it's like what.
No.
With that person, oh, well, forgive and forget. And we go back and be friends. Just let it go and just let you forgiving them for saying that. And now you wasting time with this person over here. Now, you know that the shit that you just got. Now you're going to forgive them and go back and down, get the shit from another side. You're
Right.
wasting time.
That's wasting time. You can't.
You're
get
wasting
back.
time.
Yes.
You
I agree
already
with that.
know. Because
Right.
they didn't respect the fact.
They didn't respect you. Period.
Enough. They didn't respect you enough to even. Did you see how that went the first other person? Oh, I'm so sorry.
Right.
You know, they said I'm sorry. You know,
And
I
they
didn't know
didn't-
you felt that way.
Right.
You see how he made sure that you were okay. I didn't know you felt that way. I
Right.
won't do that again.
If you come sincerely.
Right. That's respect.
Right. Come sincerely.
And you continue moving together.
Absolutely.
But
And
no,
anything
people
other
will
than that.
continue moving with that person and bumping walls and this and that, and
And
before you know it, 6 years is gone.
Right, and you still saw that same issue from 6 years ago.
And you're still mad about
Right.
this and piled up with some other stuff.
Right.
You know that motherfucker still did this. Well, you should have left him alone 6 years
6
ago.
years ago. I wasted all my time with
Yeah.
that. Blah, blah, blah. Why you waste your time?
You see?
Why you waste your time? So I get it. So I hope someone has taken some good out of this tonight for forgiveness.
I gave you a master class tonight.
Right. From both sides.
From
because it's
both
like-
sides. So you can see. I want you to see.
Right, because this is something that
Yes.
that we need to talk about, and we should talk about, but we just hadn't had the chance to talk about.
That's
But
ridiculous.
we're only just touching base on just giving our opinion. So I'm just glad that people had commented tonight and continue to comment, continue to follow the show.
Yes. We we had a week, a day.
Yes.
I'm just happy that you guys continue to tune in, continue to comment. We will see you guys in another week or so.
Yes. It's, yes.
Yeah, we'll see you in another
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your week. Thank you for watching Qualified, and have a good night.
You have a good night. Bye-bye.